On the night of October 1st, 2017, Las Vegas became the site of the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Thousands had gathered on the Strip for the final night of the Route 91 Harvest Country Music Festival. It was supposed to be a night of music, joy, and celebration. Instead, it became a war zone. In just 10 minutes, 58 people were killed, over 850 injured, and countless lives changed forever. But even years later, many are still asking, why did this happen? And how did no one see it coming? This is the story of the Las Vegas Massacre, a tragedy with more questions than answers. It was 10:05 p.m. when gunfire erupted. Country star Jason Aldean was mid-performance when a loud, unfamiliar popping sound cut through the music. At first, many thought it was fireworks. But within seconds, panic spread as people realized what was happening. Someone was firing into the crowd with an automatic weapon. The bullets rained down from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel just across the street. The shooter had a clear line of sight to the tightly packed crowd of over 22,000 people. The gunman, later identified as Stephen Paddock, had smashed the windows of his hotel suite and opened fire using a collection of 23 firearms, many modified with bump stocks to fire like automatic weapons. Many had simply come to enjoy a weekend of music. Instead, they found themselves in the middle of a nightmare. Stephen Craig Paddock was a 64-year-old retired accountant and real estate investor from Mesquite, Nevada. He had no criminal record, no history of violence, and wasn't known to police or federal agencies. He checked into his Mandalay Bay suite on September 28th, using a high-limit gambler's profile to avoid suspicion. Over the next several days, he transported multiple suitcases filled with guns, ammunition, and surveillance equipment into his room. Paddock had no known political or religious affiliations. He wasn't active on social media, and he left no manifesto, no clear motive. The FBI conducted a 16-month investigation, reviewing over 22,000 hours of surveillance footage, 250,000 photos, and interviewing hundreds of witnesses. Their final report concluded that Paddock acted alone. They found no evidence of terrorism, no ideological motivation, and no connection to extremist groups. So why did he do it? The FBI suggested that Paddock may have been driven by a complex mix of mental health issues, financial losses, and narcissism. He may have wanted to attain a certain degree of infamy. But these are only theories. To this day, the lack of a clear motive fuels speculation and conspiracy theories. Some believe Paddock may have been involved in illegal gun dealing or had undisclosed ties to larger groups. Others question how he was able to bring so many weapons into a hotel undetected. Did Mandalay Bay security miss the signs? Or was he deliberately overlooked due to his high roller status? One theory suggests that Paddock may have been planning a different attack. In the weeks prior, he booked hotel rooms overlooking other events, including the Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago, but didn't follow through. And why did he stop shooting? He had hundreds of rounds left and plenty of weapons. Was he waiting for someone else? Did something interrupt his plan? These are questions that may never be answered. The Las Vegas Massacre prompted debates across the country about gun laws, mental health, and hotel security. In particular, it led to a national conversation about bump stocks, the device that allowed Paddock's rifles to mimic machine gun fire. In 2019, the U.S. government officially banned bump stocks. MGM Resorts, the owner of Mandalay Bay, settled lawsuits by paying $800 million to victims and families, a financial gesture, but one that couldn't begin to heal the emotional wounds. For the families of the victims, justice wasn't found in court or in headlines. It's in remembering the lives that were taken too soon, and in demanding a world where a tragedy like this doesn't happen again. Because while the bullets stopped at 10:15 p.m., the impact of that night will never truly end.